first named storm of the 2025 through 26 season may rapidly intensify on its approach to Australia. I'll go over the system and how strong it may get as it hits land. ACBF cyclone, Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. Cyclone Fina currently has 50-mile-an-hour sustained winds. It is the first named storm of the 2025 through 26 Australian cyclone season. Now, surprisingly, it did not get the name Bakang, if you watched my video from yesterday. But it turns out, I think it was actually I'm not totally sure what happened, honestly, with this system. It's like in the criteria to get another name, but it didn't end up happening, and I'm not totally sure why. But we have a name system anyway, so the name doesn't really matter. But it currently has 50-mile-an-hour sustained winds and may rapidly intensify to equivalent Category 1 hurricane status in the Atlantic. That is a Category 2 cyclone on the Australian scale. And then it should weaken a little bit as it approaches land, weaken to 60 miles an hour as it makes landfall in Australia, continue weakening as it moves toward Darwin. That is a city of about 140,000 people, and they are right in the middle of the cone right now, so they will likely experience some direct impacts. So if you're in Darwin, be sure you're preparing for the system. Thankfully, this is a smaller system. So, compared to other systems that I've seen, this is a relatively small storm. So, pretty small, not even medium size. This is smaller than even Hurricane Beryl in the Atlantic last year. That was a pretty small storm. It's bigger than Hurricane Oscar. That was a tiny storm. But, yeah, still a small storm, and which gives it the opportunity to rapidly intensify. It could even get stronger than 75 miles an hour. I will show you the forecast models right now, starting with the Google AI. When we look at the cone by the Google AI and then the actual forecast, the point of landfall is almost the exact same. That's because the Google AI has been so accurate this year that most agencies are making the cone very similar, if not the same, as the Google AI model. And they show this dipping to the south of Darwin, Darwin not being on the bad side of the storm. If it were the Atlantic or if it were a northern hemisphere storm and it were rotating counterclockwise, they would be on the bad side of the storm. But because this is the southern hemisphere, they are not on the bad side of the storm. And then they show it continuing and then maybe emerging into the Indian Ocean. The European forecast model shows it sitting there. And again, we should see a landfall by Friday. So this will sit here for a long time. But most of the flooding will be offshore because this is such a small system. And then they show it going right through the heart of Darwin, just like the Google AI. And then they show it dissipating as it gets to almost the Indian Ocean. The GFS forecast model shows a similar outcome. They actually show it going more directly toward Darwin and not really making a kind of a loop-ish kind of thing. Not a loop. I guess more of a hairpin turn, but they do show it moving through Darwin and then strengthening as it leaves and then eventually weakening in the Indian Ocean. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching and see ya.